Part 3 of my modern day Havamal, starting on stanza 108. I doubt that I would have made it home from the giant's realm if I had not been helped by Gunlaud. Her arms were around me. 109. The next day, frost giants came to the High One's hall to seek advice. They asked about the Bale worker. Was he among the gods? Had Suttung killed him? 110. Odin swore an oath on a ring. Who can trust the loyalty now? He drank at Suttung's table and betrayed him. He left Gunlaud in grief. 111. It was time to speak from the chair of the sage, here close by the well of Weird. I looked close and saw I was silent and thinking. I heard men talking. They spoke of runes and the council of them at the High One's hall. 112. I urge you, Lord Fafnir, to listen to my advice. You'll gain wisdom if you listen to me. You'll have more by doing it. Don't wake up in the middle of the night unless you're checking for danger or just going to the bathroom. 113. Don't sleep with the sorceress. She will tie you up. 114. Her magic will erase your mind for advice or otherwise. You won't eat or have friends, and with sadness go to sleep. 115. Don't ever try to flirt with another wife that isn't your own. 116. If you travel far, stock up on food and stay fed. 117. Never tell an evil man about your mistakes or misfortune. You will never see a reward from these people for any trust you give. 118. I saw a man dying by an evil woman's words. Her lies made it this way. 119. If you have a friend, visit often. The grass grows high where no one walks. 120. Say good things to win good friends, and learn healing songs all your life. 121. Never be the first of your friends to break the friendship. Your heart will be heavy from no one to speak to. 122. Do not waste a word on unwise people. 123. You will never get a reward for good deeds from the unwise and wicked. Good people, however, will give you compliments and favors. 124. They are family when you can share all of your thoughts with them. Nothing is disgusting as a lying and changing tongue. A friend will never lie and tell you only the good stuff. 125. Don't even speak 3 words in arguments with a worse man than yourself. Often the lesser man gets the upper hand in fights. 126. Make shoes and arrows only for yourself. If something goes wrong, they always blame it on you and put curses on you. 127. If you see evil, call it evil. Make no deals or stop attacking your enemies. 128. Don't be glad when hearing of evil things. Let your soul be glad when hearing of good instead. 129. Don't look up in battle when men look in fear, unless you are bewitched. 130. If you want the happiness with a good woman, to flirt with her, to make promises, and keep them. No one gets tired of the good things they get. 131. I advise you to be careful, but not fearful. Be most careful about drinking alcohol and other men's wives, and the thieves who outsmart you. 132. Don't hold on shame or being made fun of in your house from any guest or beggar. 133. Often those who sit in the house have no idea whose family the newcomers may be. No man is good enough that he has no faults. None is so wicked that he is worth nothing. 134. Don't ever smile as you make fun of a gray-haired sage. There is often a lot of wisdom in an old man's words. From wrinkly skin comes clear advice. 135. Don't push strangers or guests away with your attitude. Treat people that are in need with kindness. 136. The strong beam must be lifted to allow everyone to enter. You must have loyalty with a lot of people, or people will often go against you and wish you harm. 137. When you drink alcohol, use the strength of the earth. Earth cures you of being as drunk as fire cures you from being sick. The oak tree cures diarrhea, the ear of corn with witchcraft. The elder cures from home conflict. The moon is called in a hateful fight. Alum stops bite sickness, and bad luck is stopped by runes. The grass drinks all of the flood waters. 138. I hung on that windy tree for 9 nights. Odin had wounded himself with a spear that was given to him, high on the tree which no man knows where the roots rise from. 139. I wasn't happy with bread or given a horn to drink from. I peered below into the deep, collected the runes, crying and yelling, I took them up. Afterward, I fell back. 140. 9 mighty spells I learned from the great son of Balthorn, Bestla's sire. I drank of the soul-stirring mead poured out from, I'll show you the word. Odorir? 141. Then I began to thrive. I've gained wisdom, grew and prospered. Each word led me to another, each deed led me to another. 142. The runes you must find and the carved staves. They were basically planks of wood with runes carved, and they must be reddened. And so it'd basically be pain or blood. Of counsel. The very great staves, very strong staves, which the mighty sage painted, and the holy powers made, and Odin carved among the gods. 143. Odin carved for the gods, Dane for the elves, Valin for the dwarves, and Asvidr for the giants. And for mankind I carved some myself. 144. Do you know how to carve? Do you know how to read and understand? Do you know how to draw and paint? Do you know how to test? Do you know how to ask and obtain information? Do you know how to sacrifice? Do you know how to send and dispatch? Do you know how to slaughter? 145. It is better to avoid asking than to sacrifice too much. A gift seeks a gift as a reward. It's better to avoid slaughtering than to slaughter too much. This Thund carved before the human's origin, he who came back when he rose from the deep. And after these, he talks of spells he knew, and I separate this as some wouldn't want to read due to Christian stuff and different religions and all that. 146. I know spells which queens don't even know, not even any man's son knows. Help, the first is called. It will help you against accusations, worry, and sadness. 147. I know a second spell. The sons of men who want to live as healers will need it. 148. I know a third spell. If I'm trying to stop my enemy's hands, I can make their blades blunt. Their weapons can't have any more bite. 149. I know a fourth spell. If warriors tie me up, I sing so that it's destroyed. They spring off of me. 150. I know a fifth spell. If I see an arrow shot with intent to harm someone, it can't fly fast enough to where I cannot stop it. 151. I know a sixth spell. If a man tries to send me harm with the roots of a sapling, he is eaten by an ulcer instead, not me. 152. I know a seventh spell. I see a house burning with my friends inside. I can still save them and know a song for that. 153. I know an eighth spell, and of all of them, it is the most useful. When the warriors start hating each other, I can set it right. 154. I know a ninth spell. If I need to save my boat, I can calm the waves of the sea. So 149. If warriors tie me up, I sing so that it's destroyed, they spring off of me. I found something called the Merseburg charms. And once the Odyssey set forth to this place and that, some fastened feathers, some hindered the horde, some loosed the bonds from the brave, leaped forth from the fetters, escaped from the foes. Basically saying, escape from your bonds. 147, I know a second spell. The sons of men who want to live as healers will need it. The second Merseburg charm. Rode into the woods, and there Baldur's foal sprained its foot. It was charmed by, I'm not going to pronounce it. Her sister was Suna. It was charmed by Freya. Her sister Vola. It was charmed by Wodan, as he well knew how. Blood spraying like bone spraying, and everything else. And that's the end of the modern day Havamal.